we're diving into a fascinating topic that could possibly change the way you look at your spare change. We're talking about the 2019 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin and how it became worth a jaw-dropping $1.2 million in today's market. If you're like most people, you're probably wondering how in the world a simple penny can be worth that much. Well, it all starts with a unique set of circumstances, a bit of history, and some very rare characteristics that make this coin stand out among millions of others. Let's start with some background. The U.S. Mint, which is responsible for producing coins for the country, has several locations across the United States. Normally, every coin minted by the U.S. Mint has a small mint mark that tells you where it was produced. These mint marks are important because they can affect a coin's value over time. The most common mint marks you'll see on coins are D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and P for Philadelphia. But the 2019 penny that we're talking about today, it doesn't have any mint mark at all. This missing mint mark on the 2019 penny is extremely rare, and it's one of the key factors that make it so valuable. Normally, the absence of a mint mark would just go unnoticed by most people, but when collectors started to find these no mint mark pennies, they quickly realized they were looking at something special. Now, you may be wondering, how does something as small as a missing mint mark make a penny worth $1.2 million? Well, the answer lies in the concept of rarity and demand. You see, coin collectors, called numismatists, are always looking for rare items to add to their collections. When they heard about this rare 2019 penny with no mint mark, interest skyrocketed. The rarity of the coin, combined with the demand from collectors, pushed the price higher and higher. But let's break down what exactly makes this 2019 penny with no mint mark so special. First, it's important to know that pennies are generally not considered valuable unless they have unique characteristics. Most pennies in circulation are worth just 1 cent, but some, like the 1909 SVDB penny, are worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars because of their rarity. The 2019 no mint mark penny fits into this category because it's an error coin. One that was produced unintentionally due to a mistake at the minting process. It all started in 2019 when the U.S. Mint made a very unusual mistake. During the production of 1-cent coins, a batch was accidentally struck without the mint mark that was supposed to be there. This was not intentional, but the result is a very rare and highly sought-after penny. The fact that this was a mistake makes it even more valuable to collectors. Error coins tend to fetch high prices because they are not something that can be replicated. It's a one-time occurrence, and that rarity is what makes it valuable. The missing mint mark isn't the only thing that makes this coin so valuable, though. The coin's overall condition also plays a big role. Coin collectors typically look for coins that are in excellent shape, and the 2019 no mint mark penny has been found in surprisingly good condition. It's been graded by professionals who evaluate coins based on their appearance, including factors like scratches, discoloration, and wear. The better the condition, the higher the value. Now, you might be thinking, how can I know if I have one of these valuable coins in my collection? Well, there are a few ways to tell if your 2019 penny is one of the rare no mint mark versions. First, take a close look at the coin itself. The penny should be in relatively good condition, and there should be no mint mark on the reverse side, where you usually find the D or S mint mark. If you do find one of these coins, it's worth checking with a professional numismatist or visiting a local coin dealer for an evaluation. If your coin is indeed one of the rare ones, you could be looking at a potential windfall. So, what does it mean that the 2019 no mint mark penny is worth up to $1.2 million? Well, it's all about market demand. As we mentioned earlier, collectors are always on the lookout for rare coins to add to their collections. But this particular penny isn't just rare. It's practically a symbol of the kind of find that every numismatist dreams about. Its sudden rise in value has drawn attention from all over the world, and auctions have seen fierce bidding wars for these coins. In fact, the $1.2 million figure is based on what one of these pennies fetched at auction when it was sold to a private collector. It's not every day that a penny sells for that much, but when something as rare and unique as this comes to market, collectors are willing to pay top dollar. To put things into perspective, the vast majority of pennies minted in 2019 were produced in the typical manner, with mint marks from the Denver or Philadelphia mints. These coins are worth only their face value of 1 cent. So, If you happen to have a 2019 penny lying around, it's probably just worth a penny. However, if you get lucky and find one with no mint mark, you could be sitting on a small fortune. This brings us to an interesting point. Sometimes, the most valuable things in our possession are the ones we overlook the most. A simple penny that you might toss into your pocket or drop in your couch cushions could one day turn out to be worth a lot more than you expected. In fact, it's stories like this that inspire many people to start paying more attention to their spare change. After all, you never know when you might find the next big coin. As we wrap up, let's recap what makes the 2019 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny so valuable. It's a rare error coin that was accidentally produced without a mint mark. The rarity of this mistake, along with the coin's overall good condition and strong demand from collectors, has led to its current market value of $1.2 million. So, if you happen to find one of these coins, you could be sitting on a fortune. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. And remember, always keep an eye on your coins, because you never know when one might just make you a millionaire. We'll be talking about a very special coin, the 1987 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might not think much of a penny, but this coin holds incredible value, and some have sold for as much as $1.3 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.3 million. Stay with us as we break down how a simple penny became one of the most sought-after items in the coin collecting world. First, let's start with the basics. In 1987, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies. These pennies were struck with a mint mark, indicating which mint facility produced them. However, a small number of pennies from that year were accidentally struck without a mint mark. These are the ones that collectors and experts are looking for today. Now, you may be wondering what makes these coins so valuable. To answer that, let's look at the history and the rarity of the 1987 no mint mark penny. Every year, millions of pennies are produced, and most of them are common. However, when there is an error or anomaly, like the missing mint mark, it creates a rare coin that doesn't come around often. In the world of numismatics, rarity equals value. The 1987 no mint mark penny is considered to be a minting error, and it's this mistake that has made it so highly coveted. But how exactly did this error occur? Well, the mint mark is usually applied to the coins after they are struck, but in some cases, a batch of pennies went through the process without the mint mark. This could have happened because of a malfunction or some other issue during the minting process. Regardless of the reason, it happened, and it created a coin that was different from all the others. Now, how rare are these coins? While the exact number of 1987 no mint mark pennies is unknown, it is believed that only a handful were ever released into circulation. Experts estimate that there are fewer than 20 of these coins in existence. Because of their scarcity, they have become one of the most highly sought-after coins in the market. The most famous of these rare pennies was discovered in 2016 when one of them was sold at auction for a staggering $1.3 million. This sale made headlines around the world and sparked the interest of coin collectors, investors, and even casual observers. A penny worth $1 million? It seemed almost unbelievable, but the sale was real, and it demonstrated just how much collectors are willing to pay for a rare piece of history. So, what does this mean for you? Especially if you have a collection of pennies at home? Well, the first thing you should do is check your 1987 pennies. While it's unlikely that you have one of these elusive no mint mark pennies, it's always worth checking. Many coin collectors spend years looking for these rare pieces, and some even dedicate their lives to finding and preserving them. If you do find one, you could be sitting on a fortune. But how do you know if you have a 1987 no mint mark penny? The best way to identify this coin is by its appearance. First, check the date on the coin. It should read 1987. Then, carefully inspect the location where the mint mark would usually be on the reverse side, just below the 1-cent inscription. If you see no mint mark, you could have a valuable coin. Keep in mind, though, that there are other factors to consider when determining the value of a coin, including its condition, luster, and whether it has been cleaned or altered in any way. If you suspect that you have a 1987 no mint mark penny, the next step is to have it authenticated by a professional. There are reputable grading services that can verify the authenticity of your coin and provide you with an official grade. The grade will give you a better idea of the coin's market value. Higher grade coins generally sell for more, so it's important to know its condition before trying to sell or auction it. Even if you don't have a 1987 no mint mark penny, this story demonstrates the potential of coin collecting. It's a hobby that can bring immense value, not just financially, but also in terms of learning and appreciating history. Collectors spend years curating their collections, and many coins, while not worth millions, can still be quite valuable. If you're just starting out in coin collecting, it's important to understand that it takes time and patience. Rare coins like the 1987 no mint mark penny don't show up every day, but with the right knowledge and persistence, you can build a collection that could increase in value over time. Many collectors start with inexpensive coins and gradually work their way up to more valuable pieces. And who knows? You might just find your own hidden treasure. In conclusion, the 1987 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is an extraordinary coin with a fascinating story behind it. A minting error created a rare and highly valuable piece of American history, and the fact that it has sold for as much as $1.3 million shows just how valuable it can be. If you happen to have one of these pennies, you could be holding on to something worth a fortune. But even if you don't, the world of coin collecting is full of exciting possibilities and hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos on rare coins and other fascinating topics. If you have any thoughts or questions, feel free to leave a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. Coins have always fascinated collectors, and today, we're diving into a special penny that has captured the attention of the numismatic world. If you've ever come across an old penny and wondered if it could be worth more than its face value, then this is the story for you. The 2008 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is one of those rare treasures that could change your financial future. And believe it or not, some of these coins have sold for an astonishing $1.3 million. So, let's take a closer look at what makes this penny so incredibly valuable. In 2008, the U.S. Mint introduced a special series of pennies to celebrate the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. To honor his legacy, the penny design was changed for the year, featuring a brand new reverse design. But there's one small detail that turned the 2008 penny into a rare and highly sought-after collector's item: the mint mark. Most coins produced by the U.S. Mint feature a mint mark. This small letter, usually located beneath the date on the coin, tells us where the coin was made. The P mint mark means it was produced in Philadelphia, the D represents Denver, and S stands for San Francisco. But in 2008, something very unusual happened. The U.S. Mint produced a small number of pennies that had no mint mark at all. Now, this wasn't because they forgot to put it there. Instead, it was a very rare error in the production process that resulted in a coin missing its mint mark entirely. The minting process is complex. Coins are struck in machines that are supposed to include the mint mark. However, in this case, a small group of pennies was struck without it. This error went unnoticed for some time. At first, it seemed like just another typical penny, but when people started noticing the missing mint mark, experts realized something extraordinary had happened. Coins with errors like this are incredibly rare. In fact, only a handful of these 2008 no mint mark pennies are believed to have been released into circulation. Because of their rarity, collectors began hunting for these coins, driving up demand and prices. Now, you might be wondering, what's the value of a 2008 penny with no mint mark? At first, these pennies weren't considered that valuable. However, over time, collectors realized just how rare they were. In fact, one of these rare 2008 no mint mark pennies has recently sold for an astounding $1.3 million at auction. That's right, one penny, which originally cost just 1 cent, is now worth a fortune. But how did it get to that point? Well, collectors and coin enthusiasts are always on the lookout for rare and unique pieces, and the 2008 no mint mark penny became a holy grail for many. The rarity, the story behind the error, and the history all combined to make this coin an absolute treasure. So, what makes this penny so special? First, it's the error itself. While most pennies from 2008 have a mint mark, either D for Denver or P for Philadelphia, the no mint mark penny is like finding a needle in a haystack. The fact that it's a mistake makes it highly collectible. Second, the coin was minted in a year that had a lot of attention on Abraham Lincoln. The 2008 design celebrated the bicentennial of Lincoln's birth, so any coins from that year, especially with an error, hold a particular historical significance. Now, you might be wondering how you can tell if you have a 2008 no-mint mark penny in your own collection. It's actually pretty simple. Take a look at the reverse side of the penny, where you'll see the year 2008. There should be a mint mark below the date. If there is no mint mark, you've found a very rare penny. But don't get too excited just yet. There are also plenty of counterfeit coins and regular pennies from that year that people try to pass off as the rare version. So, it's essential to have your coin authenticated by a professional before assuming it's worth a fortune. Once you've confirmed that you have an authentic 2008 no-mint mark penny, the next question is, what should you do with it? Well, some collectors will hold on to rare coins for years or even decades, waiting for the value to rise. Others prefer to sell their coins through auctions, dealers, or online marketplaces. If you're looking to sell your penny, be sure to have it appraised by a professional. There's a lot of money to be made, but also a lot of room for mistakes. A professional numismatist can help you get the best price for your coin. In conclusion, the 2008 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny is one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in recent memory. From a simple mistake at the mint to becoming a million-dollar treasure, it's a testament to how rare coins can appreciate in value over time. If you've got one of these pennies, or you're just starting to collect coins, remember, the world of numismatics is filled with surprises, and you never know when you might stumble upon your own piece of history. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more interesting stories about rare coins and their amazing value. We're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and rare coins in U.S. history, the 1981 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. If you're a coin collector or just someone interested in rare items that can fetch a fortune, you're in for a treat today. In fact, this particular penny is not just rare. It's worth a jaw-dropping $1.4 million. Stick with me for the next few minutes as we explore this coin's incredible value, its story, and how you can identify one. Now, let's start with the basics. Most of us are familiar with the 1-cent coin, often referred to as the penny. Since its inception in 1793, the U.S. penny has undergone numerous design changes, with the most famous being the image of Abraham Lincoln, which was first introduced in 1909. This was the same year that the U.S. Mint began striking pennies with the Lincoln portrait, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner. But what makes the 1981 no-mint mark penny so special? To answer that, let's first understand the concept of a mint mark. Mint marks are small letters located on U.S. coins that indicate which U.S. mint facility produced them. For example, a D indicates the Denver Mint, while a P indicates the Philadelphia Mint, and an S means it came from the San Francisco Mint. In 1981, the U.S. Mint produced Lincoln pennies at both the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. These coins typically have mint marks, but here's where the mystery starts. Some 1981 pennies were released without any mint mark. This error made those particular pennies extremely rare. Now, the question arises, why would a mint coin lack a mint mark? Coin collectors call these error coins, and they are often worth a significant amount of money due to their rarity and the manufacturing mistake. In this case, it's believed that a batch of 1981 pennies was accidentally struck at the Philadelphia Mint, but they missed the minting step where the mint mark was added. As a result, these coins were released into circulation without any identification of their origin. Before we dive deeper into the value of these coins, let's take a closer look at what sets this penny apart from others. The 1981 no-mint mark penny is particularly rare because, as of now, there are only a handful of known examples in existence. The condition of these coins is also a critical factor in determining their value. Coins in perfect condition, also known as mint state or MS-70, are worth more than those that show signs of wear and tear. So, what exactly makes the 1981 no-mint mark penny worth $1.4 million? The value stems from several key factors: rarity, demand, and the historical significance of the error. With only a few examples known to exist, this penny is considered one of the most sought-after coins among collectors. Over time, as more collectors become aware of this penny's existence, demand for it has driven its value to astronomical heights. The fact that it's a mistake coin only adds to the intrigue and appeal for those who hunt for rare and unique pieces. To put this into perspective, Consider that most 1981 pennies in circulation are worth, well, a penny, just 1 cent. However, if you're fortunate enough to have one of these rare, no-mint mark pennies, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Now, let's talk about how you can find one of these valuable pennies. First of all, you're going to need to know what to look for. The 1981 no-mint mark penny is nearly identical to the standard 1981 penny in terms of its appearance. It features the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The main difference is that the penny lacks any mint mark, which is normally located just below the date on the obverse side of the coin. If you come across a 1981 penny that doesn't have a mint mark, take a moment to inspect it carefully. If the coin looks well worn, it may not be worth much, but if it's in good condition, it could be a valuable find. You should also check for other signs of rarity, such as any additional minting errors like double strikes or misprints, which could increase the coin's value even more in addition to its rarity and unique minting error. Another reason why the 1981 no-mint mark penny is so valuable is because of its connection to the larger world of coin collecting. Collectors are always on the lookout for rare and unique coins that can complete or enhance their collections. The fact that this penny is an error coin, combined with its limited number of examples, makes it a prized possession among serious numismatists. Where can you find one of these rare pennies? Coin shops, auctions, and online marketplaces are often places where you can purchase valuable coins. However, be cautious when buying online, as there are counterfeit coins out there. If you believe you found a 1981 no-mint mark penny, it's a good idea to get it authenticated by a professional coin grading service. Companies like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, and the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, specialize in evaluating and certifying coins for their authenticity and condition. When buying or selling such a rare coin, it's also important to understand the grading system used by professionals to assess a coin's quality. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. For example, a coin that's graded MS 70 is considered to be in perfect condition, while coins with lower grades might be less valuable due to wear, damage, or other imperfections. What should you do if you think you have found a 1981 no-mint mark penny in your pocket change? The first step is to carefully inspect the coin. If it's in good condition and lacks a mint mark, you could have a valuable item on your hands. But don't rush to sell it immediately. Take the time to get it professionally evaluated, as the value of rare coins can fluctuate based on market demand and condition. It's also worth mentioning that not every 1981 penny without a mint mark is necessarily worth millions. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in determining its value. For example, a worn-out 1981 no-mint mark penny may only be worth a few dollars, while a pristine one could fetch the $1.4 million price tag we've been talking about. But even if your coin isn't in perfect condition, it could still be worth a significant amount compared to a regular penny. In conclusion, the 1981 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny is an incredibly rare and valuable coin that could be worth as much as $1.4 million, depending on its condition. Its unique minting error, combined with its historical significance and rarity, makes it a treasure for coin collectors and investors alike. If you're serious about coin collecting or just enjoy learning about rare and valuable items, the world of numismatics is full of surprises. You never know, the next time you check your pocket change, you might just find a fortune waiting to be discovered. We'll talk about a coin that could be sitting in your pocket or jar right now. The 2004 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. And yes, it's worth a staggering $1.5 million. In this video, we'll explore the fascinating history, why it's so valuable, and how you can identify one if you're lucky enough to have it. Let's start with a little background on the 1-cent penny. The U.S. penny, or the Lincoln cent, has been in circulation for over a century. Introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, this penny has undergone several design changes. But for now, we're focusing on one particular issue, the 2004 penny. In 2004, the U.S. Mint issued a special set of pennies to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln cent. These coins featured a redesigned reverse, showcasing the log cabin where Lincoln was born, and the new design was used throughout the year. However, there's something that makes a certain number of 2004 pennies unique: no mint mark. Most U.S. coins are stamped with a mint mark indicating where they were produced. Typically, Pennies minted in Philadelphia have no mint mark, while those made in Denver have a D mint mark. But in 2004, some pennies were released without any mint mark at all, which is highly unusual. The 2004 no mint mark penny is not just a rare find. It's an error coin. Most error coins occur due to issues in the minting process, such as a misprint or other mechanical flaws. In the case of the 2004 penny, the lack of a mint mark was an unintended mistake. It's believed that this error was caused by a mix-up in the coin production process, where some pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint without the usual P stamp. Error coins like this are highly sought after by collectors because they represent rare, unintentional anomalies. While many errors are found in batches, the 2004 no mint mark penny is one of the rarest to be discovered. So, how much is this rare 2004 no mint mark penny worth? Well, it's not just your average penny. Due to its rarity, it has become one of the most valuable error coins ever discovered. The current market value for a 2004 no mint mark penny is estimated to be a staggering $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny, potentially worth over $1 million. Now, you might be thinking, how can I be sure if I have one of these? Don't worry, we'll get to that in a bit. But before we do, let's take a moment to understand why this penny is worth so much. Rarity, demand, and the historical significance of error coins. Error coins tend to increase in value over time, especially if the error is unique and well-documented. In this case, the 2004 no mint mark penny is one of only a few known to exist, making it incredibly rare. The rarity factor, combined with the growing interest in coin collecting and investment, has driven the price of this penny to astronomical heights. It's not just a collector's item. It's also an investment that could potentially appreciate over time. Now, you're probably wondering how you can identify one of these million-dollar pennies. It's actually quite simple, but it requires a careful eye. The first thing to look for is the date, 2004. If your penny is from that year, it's the right starting point. Next, examine the obverse side of the coin, the side with Lincoln's portrait. Look closely just below the date. Normally, there should be a small P for Philadelphia or a D for Denver. If you don't see any mint mark at all, you might have a valuable error coin on your hands. It's important to note that not all 2004 pennies without mint marks are valuable. Many of them are just part of the standard issue from Philadelphia, which isn't a rare error. However, the 2004 no mint mark penny error is one of the few to have gained widespread attention and value. If you think you've found a 2004 no mint mark penny, the next step is to have it authenticated. While it's tempting to immediately jump to conclusions, you'll want to avoid any potential mistakes, as many counterfeit coins do circulate. The best way to authenticate your penny is to take it to a professional coin grader. Organizations like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, specialize in authenticating and grading coins. These experts can determine whether your coin is genuine and, if so, assign it a grade that can significantly impact its market value. If you've confirmed that you have a 2004 no mint mark penny and it's in good condition, you may be thinking about selling it. There are a few options available to you. The first is auctioning it through well-known platforms like Heritage Auctions, which specializes in rare and valuable coins. You can also approach coin dealers who specialize in error coins. Keep in mind that the market for rare coins can fluctuate, and finding the right buyer can take time. However, with the right steps and knowledge, you could potentially sell your penny for a substantial amount of money. While the 2004 no mint mark penny is certainly one of the rarest and most valuable coins out there, it's not the only one worth keeping an eye out for. There are many other rare pennies and error coins that can be worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars. For example, certain rare wheat pennies, like the 1943 copper penny, have sold for millions in recent years. If you're into coin collecting, be sure to stay informed and always be on the lookout for hidden gems. So, there you have it. Everything you need to know about the 2004 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, and why it's worth a jaw-dropping $1.5 million. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, always keep an eye out for these rare coins. Who knows, you might have a small fortune sitting in your collection without even realizing it.